Yat she endawnis in the shit. Hashkan had so honishle Ojibwe people, Bashichin, Tanisani Dishiche, do Choctaw and Chickasaw people, Dishinele. Hi everyone, I'm Endawnis Spears and I'm yucca fruit strung out in a line clan from the Diné or Navajo people. My maternal grandfather is from the Tangled clan and my paternal grandfather is from the Choctaw and Chickasaw people. I am standing today in the Great Swamp in South County, Rhode Island, just down the road from the Narragansett Indian tribe, which is the only federally acknowledged tribe in Rhode Island today. And this space holds special significance to my husband and his people, my children, who are all enrolled Narragansett and part of this community here, because it is a sacred spot. It's a sacred geography. It contains the memories of the Narragansett community and some of the violences that were forced upon them by the colonial government here in the Northeast. For Native people, the term homeland is a multi-layered term, and it's a term that includes a lot of other elements outside of just a spot on a map, a two-dimensional spot. It's a container. Homeland is a container. It's a container of our language because our languages started in these spaces. So our languages were born here. Our languages reflect these geographies. They reflect these plants and these animal kin that we have here. This geography contains our ceremonies and it contains our ancestors. For the Narragansett people here, the vast majority of their graves were looted in the 19th century. But the traditional way for the Narragansett people to bury their loved ones once their spirit has gone on to the sky world is in the fetal position. And they believe that time is this circular element, that your first position in life is the fetal position in your mother's belly. And you go through life, and your last position, physical position on this earth, is in the fetal position in your grave. But it's not a grave, it's your mother, because the earth is an animate thing. So you went from your mother, your biological mother, to everyone's mother, to the ultimate source of life and love and medicine and caring. And that is our Mother Earth. And so that kind of cyclical nature is reflected in the way that Narragansetts traditionally buried their people in the fetal position, facing southwest. And I think that shows that this space is a holder, and it's not just a container to keep in or out, but it's protective. For Native people, we are immersed in this world. We're not standing on top of a globe. We're not standing on top of a three-dimensional sphere that we might kind of spin out into space, or we're walking on top of something that's dead or that is inanimate. But we're held in something. We're embraced in something, and we're embraced in homeland. And I think that understanding of the world and that epistemology is really important, because it orients how we treat one another as human beings, but it also orients how we treat our non-human kin. It orients how we treat people who are different from us. It is an orientation for how we do governance, how we do family, how we do power distribution. All of that we learned from this container. And so when we talk about landscapes and geographies and maps, those are important words to use, but they are not the totality of how Native people understand their relationship with a geographic space. And for my people, Diné people in Arizona, we believe that when the baby's umbilical cord falls off, you bury the umbilical cord in the earth where you want the baby to return to. And that means that that baby is now tied spiritually to that space. So the umbilical cord tied you to your mother when you were in her womb, and when you came out, you're tied to Mother Earth, to a very specific place. And so when we talk about these landscapes that are these containers for Native people that are 10,000 years old, 12,000 years old, they hold generations and generations of understandings and ceremonies and umbilical cords and prayers. And so we're talking about something that is not just there for extraction or for development or for use, but something that we have an ongoing relationship with. And I think that that is an important orientation point as we go forward through the week together.